All right, so this video, it was a little bit of a rough one, okay? Putting a string, changing the string on a compound crossbow like the Deathstalker 420. We were able to do it. Hopefully you'll get something out of this video. It really was doable, actually. By the time you're done with this, you'll get a feel for how to do it. Maybe not the best video we've ever done here on Death by Bungie, but you'll get the idea.
We'll see how this goes. Yeah.
We'll see how it goes, exactly. I have here a package to open that I can show you has something in it, and it is from not just any bowstrings. No, it's from America's best bowstrings. This is new strings for the Scorpyd. I'm almost afraid to look. Ooh, they were the upgraded strings, and I'm changing a string on the Scorpyd. I'm doing this for a few reasons. One is to do a video about it to show you that I can do it, and I don't even know if I can. I have not done it yet. Genevieve and I have not done this yet. We've only watched a few videos, the few videos that are available online on the topic. Have an idea how to do it. I've watched the instructional video that came with the crossbow, and we're going to give it a shot. We are going to give it a shot, aren't we, Genevieve?
Yeah.
America's best bowstrings. I think they made the string that's on here now. They basically make strings for Scorpyd, and Scorpyd uses those, I guess. But I ordered a couple of those, and these are pretty sweet looking. They are Death by Bungie black and red. That's going to be pretty nice. It's going to make a difference in terms of the overall appearance of the crossbow. It's got to have the Death by Bungie colors under, don't you think, Genevieve?
Yeah.
So I bought 2 of them, and that way I've got a couple, right? That way I have them for future use and all that good stuff. And I have... We'll put one of those sets on there. I'm going to set the catalog and all the paperwork up out of the way, right over there. And then I'm going to open this up. Hopefully they didn't staple it through it, but they did not. We're in good shape. We're in good shape. But here's the string. So there isn't a lot to it. I want to make sure that they end up the same distance, the same length, you know, in the end. But it looks very similar to any other string that we may have had used with the Excalibur, for example, doesn't it? I mean, it's just got loops and it's a string. What more do you want? So I'm going to try not to unravel the thing, and I'm going to see if they are in a, if they have a length figured out that they like. But we're going to do that again. There we go. We're getting it. There we go. Ta-da. Gotta love tiny paper clips. You know, in my office, these are illegal. They're contraband. I do not use or allow small paper clips in my office. I cannot stand that. Never have done that. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's my little rule.
I'll buy you a whole bunch of them then.
No, I can't stand those. Oh, I like big ones. Got big fingers, need big paper clips. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to do it one more time, however. Do you have a tape measure right there behind you?
No.
You want to stop recording and go get a tape measure?
Yeah. Yep.
We are back. We have a tape measure. Woohoo. We also have my little block. This little block, I saw this on another video. I went through and watched all the videos on the Scorpyd before I got into the Scorpyd business. And I did this little block just to show where you can ignore these little holes here, but this is to measure the timing, just to make sure the bow's still in time. And basically, I put it on here. This arrow points toward the stirrup. And basically, I just want to make sure that mark lines up with that hole, which it appears to do. You got to look straight down on it, but nonetheless, you can see that basically, if you're looking straight down on it, that will do that. And it measures your timing to make sure that the cams are still in time. Now, that's for these cables. I'm not changing the cables. Cables are what they are. We're not changing those whatsoever. But I do want to measure the overall the distance here. And we are at, if I put that right on there, from the center of that axle to this axle, 16 1/2 inches, which is precisely the distance that was recommended in the video that I saw as well. That is a Chris Crossbow, double K. K Chris, K Crossbow video, if you want to go check that out. So we're relying on some of his videos on this stuff. They were pretty informative, pretty helpful. So what we're going to do next, I'm going to take this bad boy, we're going to put it down on, we need a screwdriver to do this job. I need a good heavy screwdriver. I'm going to use this guy. It's not too big, but we'll use that. I think that shall support it. You want a screwdriver because, and you want a good strong one because it's going to go in here and it's going to be holding back that 150 pounds. All of that weight is going to be held by this. Come on over here, kiddo. And I also have Bunjie, the original Bungie's cocking rope. Can you believe that? And I don't know if it's going to work because I haven't even tried it before. So we don't even know. And it won't work with this cocking rope. That's a fact. This cocking rope is too short because this is a cocking rope that is tailored directly for Bunjie, perfectly for Bunjie. So we'll put it back in place. And you'll have this cocking rope. That's my backup cocking rope. It's going to be too short also. It looks like it's been cut off. These have been cut off to be exactly the perfect size, length for Bunjie. So that's the backup one that goes in my backpack typically. I've got one more somewhere, kid. Let's see if we can find it. I think I found it. I found one that's unopened. Crossbow cocking aid kit unassembled. Unassembled, great. So now we have to build a cocking aid. We will start by putting, well, this thing is for the world's largest crossbow. Look how long that's going to be. But I don't think we're going to need all that length. See if I can get this on here. Ta-da. Probably that right there is a good length for this crossbow. And I think what I'll do, I'll actually keep this cocking rope just for the Scorpyd. What do you think of that, kid?
Yeah, that sounds good.
That'll work just for this purpose. If it works. If it doesn't work, we'll throw it away. How's that?
If you
see, it'll hop up on those. That's why you don't do that. He was pulling from inside like this. Okay? And by pulling up like that...
If you hold it back, I can stick it in quick.
Yeah, like I told you, this one was a little bit of a rough video. We got off to a rough start, that's for sure, but hopefully you'll get the idea by the time this video is over if you watch the rest of it. You pull back the string until those cams rotate, and then you put the screwdriver in order to hold it in place, to hold those limbs in so you can get the string off. In this next section, you'll kind of see what I mean. They're not the same length just yet. How are they?
The new one's just a tiny bit longer.
Longer? Okay, so
yeah.
we will shorten that by tightening it. We are going to give that a twist or two, a twist-a-roo. Boom. Boom. How's that? What do you think here? Hold on. That's better.
Yep.
That's where it wants to be. All right, so this one is now the same length. I'm going to slide it off the end of my screwdriver so we got it for use, okay? Very carefully. These are nice and tacky, so they are nicely waxed. We will go back over here. Carefully bring this back around here. And if we can put it back together the way it's supposed to be, we're going to see if this works. What do you think, Genevieve? So is this what we're doing?
See. Yep.
Here you go. Snaps on like that. And then it rolls around, right?
Nope, top. Goes over.
That would have been pretty exciting.
You're lucky I'm here.
Yeah. Cool.
A reverse draw crossbow.
Okay, that's popping out, but we'll have to put that back in. That is our cable. So we're going to wrap this around like that. And it goes above there. All right. Now, we just want to line it up so it's going good. And we'll get it sort of in place here, right? Get that in here. Okay. So now we've got it lined up where it wants to be. Am I correct?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So we are there. Now this cable snaps back in place. We'll look at this one. We're just going to line it up the same way the other one is. Man, if I can do this, I'm going to be pretty impressed with myself. And all we got to do is reload that string. And it has to stay on the cams, the pulleys, in order to be reloaded. Doing them hooks down, right? Excalibur style, Bunjie style. To be honest with you, it's a lot easier to do this with two people. I think if you're going to do this, really make it easy on yourself. One person pulls back the string, whether it's with a rope cocker or even the sled cocker or just by hand. Pull back that string until those cams rotate and the other person can insert that screwdriver. All right, go ahead and record.
Yep.
All right, so what we're going to do, this is the reverse of what we did the first time. You guys didn't get to see it because we're newbies here, but we're figuring it out, I think. I am going to be pulling back, and I'm cocking it from behind like it was in that video. I'm going to pull back on that, get these all geared up, and as I pull back, Genevieve's going to carefully remove that screwdriver, and then once that is removed, I will let it down, and we'll see what we can do. So these have to be pulled back like this.
Out.
Now we can let it down very carefully, you see, and there you go. Now you can let it down. Now this thing's back under its regular tension. Oh, that popped out. I got to fix that. That went back in nice. Okay. That was the first time we did it. You kind of saw it in real time here, so I'm kind of impressed that Genevieve and I were able to do this, and I got to thank you, kid, because I couldn't have done it without you. That's a fact. Change the string on a compound crossbow in 2021. That is the evolution of crossbows, the evolution of crossbow hunting. That's pretty good, isn't it? Isn't that pretty good?
Yeah, it took about 10 minutes.
Took about 10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Not too bad. All right. Moment of truth. We're going to check and see. Put that on here. Where's my little hole? All right. I'm happy with that one. That one is, unless you're directly above it, you won't be able to see it. But if you look at what I'm talking about there. The other big thing is to see if that string is the correct length or not. And it is 16 and a half inches. Look at that. We got lucky. We got lucky. So, and really that was just setting that up. And if you look, it's got the same brace height too. It's sort of wrapped around these string bumpers, pushing on them a little bit, right where you want it, right where it was from the factory. I'm impressed, actually. Now that the more I think about it, I think we did a pretty good job.
For a compound bow, this is pretty easy.
Yeah, for a compound bow, it's pretty easy. Well, we kind of got lucky on the length of that string, didn't we? It looks perfect. The measurements all panned out perfectly. Very proud of our accomplishments. I got to tell you, too, when I went to sight in the crossbow, shot it a few times since then. I've got it sighted in out to 50 yards. I did a live stream just to kind of brag about it, to be honest with you. I was so proud of us for being able to do that. We were very proud of ourselves. And Genevieve and I had done some shooting in the backyard, so I shared it with you out here behind me. Shot a bullseye at 50 yards. You can't beat that. But look at this guy right here, the top guy. That was at 50 yards before I adjusted the speed ring, and now I've got it dialed in. Pretty happy with that at 50 yards, and I really haven't even completely, I wouldn't say, sighted in. But according to the speed ring on the scope, the crossbow's actually shooting a little faster. Now, I had done this video previously here during Crossbow Appreciation Month, where I showed that the numbers that I was getting out of the Scorpyd Deathstalker 420 were a little lower than what the factory suggested would happen, than what the manufacturer suggested we would get. Not a big deal. I can live with it either way, but I had to turn the speed ring back up to 400 feet per second. With a 150 grain broadhead on a 370 grain arrow, we're shooting over 400 grains, obviously, and at that weight to still be at 400 feet per second or so, that's pretty impressive. You're going to have to stay tuned to Death by Bunjie, because this week I'm going to shoot this crossbow through the chronograph, retest it with the 150 grain broadhead on this new string, and we're going to see if we got an improvement on those numbers, if it in fact sped up that crossbow. We'll find out, won't we? Right here on Death by Bunjie. And until that time, all hail Bunjie.